just when you think everything is going great, you get hit with something unexpected. You know, we've been working on our camper conversion for the Jeep Liberty here. Well, now before we go any further with that, I've got to replace her water pump. Fortunately, she just stranded me on the parking lot at work, so it's not a really big problem. At least I'm not 200 miles from home, which I could have been just the other day. So, that's the project right now. Get the old pump off and get the new one on to get Lady running again. Wish me luck. Hi, I'm Russ. I'm rebuilding a 1977 Mobile Traveler motorhome. This is all about the MT and me. Well, I already have the coolant drained. The next step is getting out the screws, all 8 of them. Always one that's harder than all the rest. This one apparently had a space where it could get dirty going into the block. And it gummed up the threads. Have to be sure and clean them off good before we put it back in. All right. Now, are we just going to pull off of here? Apparently so. Okay, now comes the problem of working it out of the compartment. There we are. All right. Gumped up a little bit, but not too bad, really. However, here's the problem. The bearing is completely gone. Therefore, it's not pumping water, it's leaking. Just not doing the job. The tag that says failure to change the fan clutch can void the water pump warranty. Well, you know what? I don't have a fan clutch. I have an electric fan. So, don't need that. Let's see, I took the other one out. I put this one back in. Get it in the general location. Getting that first bolt lined up is always going to be the biggest challenge. Get it, and the rest of them should fall into line. I say should. Get the rest of the bolts in, and we ought to be ready to rock. I'm not a mechanic. I've said that before, working on Pearl and her motor, and I don't pretend to be one. I can do some elementary stuff like changing water pumps, you know, changing the oil. I actually put an alternator on the Jeep here a few years ago, and that was easy. So, you know, simple maintenance, anything that doesn't really require tearing into the engine, yeah, I'll tackle it. But I'm not overly confident with my work. You know, my big concern with this, I'm going to get the rest of the bolts in, get them tightened down, is it gonna leak? You know, if it leaks, I gotta take it off and do it all over again, and so, but it's not gonna leak. No, it's not going to. No. Brand new water pump. Serpentine belt in position. Everything seems to be lined up like it should. We've got liquid back in her, letting her get up to temperature and pressure, and so far, not seeing any leaks. If this all holds good for a few more minutes, I'll drop the hood and drive her home. And maybe the next time we go to work on the Jeep, it'll be on our camping modifications in the back again. Let's hope so. Well, this didn't take long.
I told you I had things on my to-do list.
I put a new water pump on Lady and drive her home, and in about half an hour, you're out here.
You're also in heavy shadow, so back up a little bit, okay?
This is what Ree has been diligently, meticulously, I like that word.
Yeah, no.
It suits you. It does.
Anyway.
This is what Ree has been working on in the bedroom, sewing for the last 2 weeks, I guess.
Oh,
Something like that.
Feels
yeah.
like forever.
Yeah. Okay, this is all of the that old pieces of fleece that we had.
Well, hang on.
Huh?
Have you used the footage of you talking about this earlier?
No.
Well, why don't you put that in here now?
Okay. I'll explain what this stuff is.
Yeah. I'm working on making a mat, a sleeping mat. So the part that's folded up over there against the mirror.
Ah.
Yeah. That's the largest section that I have sewn together.
It's soft.
Yeah, bring it over here into the light.
Very soft. And what you're doing is just bunching it up.
Yeah.
This is fleece.
Show the end of it.
There we are.
Yeah, you can see what it is.
Yeah.
It's just accordion fold. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's an accordion fold.
But you can see how soft it is and how it compresses. So.
And this is scraps from a shirt factory that we had, I think, probably a metric ton of at one time.
I remember we had bag after bag after bag of this stuff.
And the white balance.
And I'm talking like 30-gallon trash bags, you know. Not that this was trash, but that's the bags. And they were stuffed with this stuff. Stuffed with this stuff. That's why they call it stuff. It has been explained.
Okay. So now that they know what it is we're talking about.
Right. She has taken this and, as I believe I said on the description, crimped it up accordion style like we showed you. And these are different. Actually, it's what, 6 pieces maybe? Something like that. Yeah, so 6 or 7 pieces. All just laying together.
They're going to be sewn together, but I wanted to lay them out first.
This creates the padding that we're going to be laying on, and then we have the solid pieces here to kind of finish off. The idea being that we're going to be laying mostly on that end of it, so we wanted more padding there. Down here where our feet are, well, sure, it's nice to have it padded, but it doesn't have to be uber comfortable or as uber soft. So, but it's still going to be covered.
Which is a really nice way of saying that I didn't have as much fleece as I thought I did. Actually, I still have a ton of fleece, but it wasn't the right size.
Wasn't the right size, and it disappears pretty fast when you start bunching it up, that accordion style. I mean, that really takes up
Oh yeah.
linear length of it.
Yeah, we're not touching that one.
Right, okay. As opposed to the non-linear length of it. So figure that one out. Getting into quantum physics here. But anyway, this is the padding. This is what we will be sleeping on. And probably stay here for much of the time, lady, but it will be, as Ree said, all sewn together so that we can lift it and move it to get access to the doors, the pieces here below that where we can lift them up individually and get to our storage area beneath it. All right? And we're still working out exactly on how those doors are going to be cut. But anyway, I like this. It feels good.
I need to sew the strips together now that I know that they'll fit. And then I can bring it back out and trim the edges.
I do have to say, it covers a lot more of it than I was expecting. You had said something earlier about not having enough to do it all at our feet. And for some reason, I'm thinking, well, it's only going to do the top half, but that'll be okay. Well, it actually does about the top 3/4.
Yeah. Oh, and I still have the little piece for the head extension up there, too.
Right, yeah. So anyway, I'm very pleased. I have to say I'm very pleased and
Well,
pleasantly surprised that it covers as much as it does.
I'm happy you're happy.
You done good, baby. Done real good. I like this. It's
Thank
going to
you.
be nice. It's going to be nice. I still think it's great that I hadn't been home half an hour. And you're out here with the back door open, back to you were chomping at the bit yesterday. We had to leave the Liberty at work at my job overnight because I couldn't fix it until today. And so yeah, last night you kept saying, I wish I could get out there and fit that fleece and do this and do that. So
Yes.
didn't waste any time,
Yes, I
did
quoted
you?
my to-do list a lot
Yeah.
yesterday.
Didn't waste any time getting to it. But we are mechanically sound once again, so it's right back to the camping conversion here on Our Lady Liberty.
Are you going to try to get the roof recrowned on Pearl?
Not today, but I am going to try and get the water out of that pool because it's full once again. We had 2 days, I guess, solid of heavy rain over the weekend and filled our swimming pool back up. Fortunately, it's not frozen this time because the temperatures haven't been as cold. So,
Come on,
yeah,
let's go do that.
we're going to siphon it out. That's a good idea. Let's
Well,
go
here,
do that.
I tell you what. Why don't I give you the camera, and I'm going to go back to marking my plywood.
All right.
All right.
All right. Alright, now that most of the water is siphoned out, you can dump the rest. Hello.
What are you doing?
Trying to figure out how to make a template, make a cover for this rear glass. It's going to be tricky fitting it because of these and because of the way it fits around the edges. But let's see what we can do here. You ever had noticed that little grate there before? Oh well, find something all the time.
Cool.
Yeah, so
What is it? There's a grate.
a little plastic.
Oh, I'm battling the light here.
It's like a vent there.
Oh, I see.
I think it's just ventilation for the
Space in between the liner and the
yeah,
top.
the headliner, that area. So guess there's no kind of air, forced air back there.
Did you get your other one done?
Yes, I did. Somewhere. Here it is.
Of course, you'd have to put it on the window that I'm... Oh, yeah, so now that I've moved around... Sometimes... No wonder I don't see you.
I actually did it on that one. This is...
Okay, so I'm going to close this, and I'm going to let you make this one then.
Okay.
Okay?
Just shut me in.
Yeah.
I'll be all locked in. I can't get out.
You know it's going to slam when I let go, right?
Yeah, and
Right
actually,
in your face, right?
Actually, you're going to have to probably push on it. Actually, slam it to make it catch. It's another day, my nomies, and we are back in Pearl to finally see if we can't raise the roof a little bit. Now, let me briefly outline the plan here. And this is based on a tip from one of my main gnomes, Glenn, who provided in some commentary. Let me just read you his suggestion here, kind of paraphrase it. Zip tie a 2x4 into the middle of the roof structure with the long side of the 2x4 vertical. Then use a jack and another 2x4 to push up slowly until you see the roof has been pushed just past horizontal to create a crown in the roof at the center. Now remember, it will spring back with the weight of the air conditioner, so you may need to do it more than once, getting a little advantage of a crown at a time. Don't overdo it so that you kink the tubing. Remember, it took 40, 50 years of the AC bouncing around up there to get that dip in the roof. So with just a little bit of recrowning at a time, maybe you can get something that'll last quite some time, okay? So that's the method we're gonna give a shot for the first time. Basically, taking a 2x4 and zip tying it along this central piece and then across the air conditioner itself, so that we're also pushing up on the weight of this unit, because this thing probably weighs 150 pounds or so. Then we'll run on down to the other side of it as well. Once we get that 2x4 in place, I have another one that'll lock in on it and lock in on the hydraulic jack, and we're going to slowly, from this point right about here, which is pretty much in the middle of the MT, we're going to push upward and see if we can put a crown back in the roof. That's the plan. Is it going to work? I have no idea. But let's get set up and find out. Well, it's later that same day. Much later. As you can tell, it's gotten dark. It's gotten cold. I got ready to attach my 2x4s to the ceiling and discovered my wire ties weren't long enough. So I had to go on a search for wire ties that were long enough. And I almost never found them. Well, now I've got them. But it's much too late to do anything tonight, and that means it's going to be several days before I can get back out here and do some more work. And that means you're not going to see me raise the roof in this week's video. But hey, we tried. It's coming, I promise you. But I will tell you this, next week there'll be something completely different here on the MT and Me, and you don't want to miss it. It'll be regal. Kinda. Re gets the joke. Regal. Anyway, that's going to be...
At least...
What?
No, I'm not going to use... Never mind.
Never mind, okay.
That would have given too much away.
Hey, thank you so much for watching and for putting up with this madness sometimes. We appreciate all of you Nomies. Please stay with us. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You can do that down below. Leave us a comment. Let you know what you think about the directions we're going. All of them on the MT and Me, because we really do want to know what you think, okay? Give us a thumbs up, like and share the video, and join us for something completely different next week. Till then, I'm Russ. Ree is over there in the darkness, behind the camera.
Shivering.
Shivering. We'll talk later.
I couldn't drop. Yeah, you killed me. Just